These are officers who have a habit of leading and doing the right thing and setting the example. And that's why we recognize them here today. So next, we're going to start the webcast, and we're going to move into the body of the main part of the presentation. But I want to remind you again, if you just received a county award and you want to leave, don't worry about it. Just walk out there, take your family, do what you need to do. Right over here, the photographer's taking pictures right now, so feel free to do that. So now we're going to move into the main part of the presentation, and hopefully people around the state are being able to join us via webcast. Why do we do what we do here? Why are we having this every year? Well, because I learned a long time ago, the things that you treasure, the things that you admire, you should reward. And the things you reward, you will get more of. You see that with your kids. I've got 3 kids, and I can tell you, the things you reward them for, you will get more of. And we want to set the example. We want not only the people who are getting the awards here today, but people, all law enforcement officers around the state, we want them striving for this sort of recognition. And we will continue to do this and listen to the leaders who put their names up so that we can reach down at the county level, at the regional level, at the state level, and recognize those individuals. Now, I want to move now into the Valor Tributes. Now, the Valor Tributes are emotional and are really, in my view, the most important part of this dinner, of this luncheon, because we are presenting these Valor Tributes in memory of the sacrifice of the individuals that paid the ultimate price. We want to honor those individuals, and we want to honor their family. And we have been blessed and honored by their family who are joining us here today. I wish that we could have a year when this doesn't exist, when we've lost no one in the line of duty. But unfortunately, the reality is that we do have these things happen, and it just drives home the point that all of our law enforcement officers, no matter where they are in the state, are always in danger. And we have to honor them and recognize that. Yeah. And I'm sad to say, as I look through this, I know some of these stories because even more that's on the paper, because I attended these funerals, some of these funerals of the individuals that we're going to honor today. So the first one is Sergeant Donald Scobie, and I know a lot of you called him Scooby. And Sergeant Scobie was shot and killed while pursuing a subject who fled from a traffic stop about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, December 15 of last year. He had served with the Stuttgart Police Department for 4 years, and he was survived by his wife, Amanda, 4 children, parents, brothers, and grandson. And his wife, Amanda, will accept the tribute. Amanda, if you'd please come down. Skip Burra. Next is Detective Paul Daniel Newell. Detective Newell was killed in a motorcycle accident on December 17, almost a year ago, 2022, while escorting vehicles as part of Wreaths Across America. Detective Newell was an Army veteran and had served with the Benton County Sheriff's Office for 24 years. He's survived by his wife, Charlene, 2 daughters, mother, father, 2 brothers, and a sister. His wife, Charlene, will accept the tribute. Next is Detective James Michael Lett. Detective Lett passed away from injuries sustained in a vehicle crash en route to the drug take-back event on October 28 of this year. Detective Lett was also a veteran, an Air Force veteran, and served in law enforcement for over 30 years. He had served with the Benton Police Department, Saline County Sheriff's Department, Pulaski County Sheriff's Department, the Attorney General's Office, Maumelle Police Department, and Salt Lake City, Utah Police Department. Survived by his 4 daughters, a son, 2 sisters, adopted parents, and 2 grandchildren. His sister Gail and brother-in-law Paul will accept the tribute. Next is Officer Kalen Jacobs. Officer Jacobs was killed in a vehicle crash on November 22nd of this year. Survived by his 3 sisters, Keani, Stephanie, and Jamaica. The family is not here, but the tribute is going to be accepted by his chief. Thank you, Chief, for accepting that on behalf of the family and the Earl Police Department. Thank you. So next, we are going to move into the Regional Officers of the Year. And as I indicated earlier, the Regional Officer awardees are pulled from the county awardees. And we will now recognize the regional officers. There's 5 different regions that we have the state divided into, and they are recognized for their extraordinary service in going above and beyond the call of duty. So first of all, our Southwest Region Officer of the Year, Hope Police Department Sergeant Dusty Townsend. Sergeant Townsend served in Hope for 17 years, began as a patrol officer while also being in the Army National Guard. Are you still in the Guard? Not anymore. I'm trying to stay in the reserve until they kick me out. He eventually expanded his duties as a police officer to serve as the evidence custodian for Hope Police Department. On April 22nd, and these stories are really what sets these officers apart. On April 22nd, Sergeant Townsend saved the life of a 7-month-old infant. Sergeant Townsend was able to remain calm while performing CPR on the infant until medical personnel arrived. The infant was hospitalized for several months and recently released. The infant would not be alive but for Sergeant Townsend's life-saving measures. Throughout his career, he's received 4 commendations for his service to the community. And Lieutenant Coronado of the Hope Police Department maintains, quote, Sergeant Townsend is the true definition of a police officer who's made the choice to protect and serve the citizens of Hope, Arkansas, end quote. Congratulations, Sergeant Townsend. He said no speech. Okay. Next, our Southeast Region Officer of the Year. Arkansas State Police Senior Special Agent Andre Mack. Come on up.
Biggest.
Met you. I'm gonna tell you about him. So here's another one of those stories. So on April 6, 2022, the Marietta Police Department requested the Arkansas State Police Criminal Investigation Division's assistance to investigate a homicide in Marietta. The woman was discovered after the police conducted a welfare check. The police found a horrific and deeply disturbing scene in the home. Senior Special Agent Mack arrived at the scene and started to canvass the neighborhood, where he learned crucial information about a live-in boyfriend of the victim. Senior Special Agent Mack discovered that the victim's vehicle was missing. His commitment to justice pushed him to persist in finding answers to bring the victim's killer to justice. After gathering evidence tirelessly, he was able to secure a warrant for the victim's boyfriend. On April 16, 10 days later, the victim's vehicle was located at a farm shop in St. Francis County. Senior Special Agent Mack and deputies ensured the vehicle was processed for further evidence. The boyfriend was apprehended on the same day. Senior Special Agent Mack led the interview of the suspect and eventually was able to obtain a confession. The victim's killer would not have been captured without the dedicated actions of Senior Special Agent Mack. He devoted numerous hours of his personal time to conduct additional interviews and follow-up leads. Senior Special Agent Mack's devotion and compassion with this case allowed the victim's family to gain closure and justice for this horrific crime. Congratulations, Senior Special Agent Mack, our Southeast Region Officer of the Year.
Sorry. Brenner, free smiles. Then here. Got it? Thank you. Congratulations, Mike.
Okay, our Central Region Officer of the Year is Pine Bluff Police Department Sergeant Corey Wilfong. On October 25th of last year, the Pine Bluff Police Department was notified that the suspect in a recent homicide investigation was located at a plasma donation center in Pine Bluff. Upon arrival, the suspect refused to surrender to police and tried multiple times to use emergency exits to escape. The medical staff informed the police that several patients and staff were still inside the building. Sergeant Wilfong and other law enforcement agents entered the building to apprehend the suspect and save the civilians trapped inside. Shortly after entering the building, the suspect pulled out a handgun and shot at Sergeant Wilfong and the other agents before attempting to flee. According to Chief Denise Richardson, Sergeant Wilfong immediately gave chase and put himself between the citizens donating plasma inside the building and the exit. Sergeant Wilfong's bravery and initiative saved the life of his fellow law enforcement agents, as well as the lives of numerous civilians that day. Sergeant Corey Wilfong is our Central Region Officer of the Year.
Big smiles, 1, 2, 3.
Next is our Northeast Region Officer of the Year. Our Northeast Region Officer of the Year is Arkansas Game and Fish Commission Lieutenant Rodney Myers. Where's Rodney? There you go. Lieutenant Myers is assigned to St. Francis County for the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, as well as assisting and supervising the 7-County Enforcement Division, District D1, as a drone operator. Lieutenant Myers has dedicated 28 years of his life to serve and protect the citizens of Arkansas, 17 of which were with the Arkansas State Police before joining Game and Fish in 2016. He also serves as a member of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission Honor Guard. The most significant drone flight that Lieutenant Myers conducted was after a large tornado tore through Wynne on March 31, 2023. Due to the drone footage, first responders were able to be deployed to the most devastated areas of Wynne. The National Weather Service used Lieutenant Myers' drone footage to help determine the size and strength of the tornado. This proved invaluable. State and federal lawmakers used the footage to approve and send various types of aid to the area. Captain Kirk Harris affirmed that, quote, Lieutenant Myers has proven to be an invaluable officer to not only the Game and Fish District D1, but also to the entire community surrounding and area law enforcement agencies. Lieutenant Rodney Myers is the Northeast Region Officer of the Year.
That's appreciate it.
Okay, our last region, Northwest region. So for the Northwest region, it's a little different because we're going to recognize two people. They will be the officers, Northwest Region Officers of the Year. Special Agent Matt Foster and Senior Corporal David Smothers.
Sir.
On July 10 of this year, Senior Corporal Smothers conducted a traffic stop on a white Nissan Altima traveling west on I-40 due to the vehicle improperly displaying a rear license plate. While talking to the occupants of the vehicle, one male and one female, Senior Corporal Smothers noticed a strong odor of marijuana coming from inside the vehicle. He confronted the occupants of the vehicle, and the male occupant confirmed that there was marijuana within the vehicle. While searching the vehicle, Senior Corporal Smothers found marijuana, methamphetamines, multiple cell phones, and a fully automatic firearm. Additionally, sexual paraphernalia was found in the vehicle. This led Senior Corporal Smothers to suspect that the female passenger was being trafficked. Due to this suspicion, Senior Corporal Smothers contacted Special Agent Matt Foster, who interviewed the female suspected victim. Special Agent Foster was able to gather sufficient evidence that the woman had been trafficked across the country since February of 2023. This is July. So from February to July of 23. The male suspect claimed he had no idea that the female was being trafficked. He also claimed he was a traveling basketball referee and that she was just tagging along. ATF opened a federal case on Mr. Charles for numerous charges. The female victim was admitted to a facility that specialized in recovery from human trafficking and drug use on July 17, 2023. They got her, the victim, the help she needed. If it were not for the actions of Senior Corporal Smothers and Special Agent Foster, the victim may still be trapped in the endless cycle of sex trafficking. According to Sergeant Chase Melder, they put the victim first and did what was necessary to save a life. Special Agent Matt Foster and Senior Corporal David Smothers are the Northwest Region Officers of the Year.
Fine. Yeah.
I just want to make a side comment. We are, in my office, laser focused on human trafficking as a growing problem here in the state. And we had a human trafficking summit. We had 1,500 attendees there. I hope some of you were able to attend. And we are committed to getting law enforcement the training they need so that they are prepared to recognize the signs that human trafficking is ongoing. We've heard from numerous law enforcement leaders that more training is needed, and we're committed to doing that. This is an example of officers changing the life of a young lady because they recognize the signs of trafficking. Had they not, who knows what would have happened to this lady. So I appreciate their commitment to that and to employing those skills in their work. Now I'm going to save the statewide officer of the year to the end. And we're going to now present the Dwayne Yarborough Distinguished Service Award. Dwayne, Big D, Yarborough dedicated his 26-year career to help educate young people. He wanted to educate them on how their decisions would impact their future. He worked at the Attorney General's office until he passed away in 2021, and he served on the Arkansas Safe Schools Association Board. The Dwayne Yarborough Distinguished Service Award is awarded annually by my office to a member of law enforcement who's made a substantial contribution or difference in schools across Arkansas. This year, the award goes to Officer Robin Shoptaw of the Fort Smith Police Department. She's being awarded with the Dwayne Yarborough Distinguished Service Award.
Feels sticking over here.
So let me tell you about her work. She served Fort Smith through her work in the Community Relations Unit since 2019. Her commitment to students in Fort Smith and the surrounding community aligns directly with Dwayne Yarborough's legacy involving the youth and community in unique, positive interactions with law enforcement. Officer Shoptaw was integral in the founding of the Fort Smith Police Department Food Patrol Initiative, a program that provides free sack lunches to high crime areas while also creating a valuable touch point for interaction and trust building between law enforcement and people in the community. Additionally, Officer Shoptaw cares for and makes appearances with Officer Faz. That's a cat? It is. The Fort Smith Police Department's police cat. So instead of a canine, that's a feline? Correct. Gotcha. Chief Danny Baker stated that, quote, Officer Shoptaw's dedicated service, innovative crime prevention strategies, and outstanding commitment to youth education and community engagement clearly mirrors the values embodied by Mr. Yarborough. So congratulations to Officer Robin Shoptaw, the 2023 recipient of the Dwayne Yarborough Distinguished Service Award.
I think it because yeah.
Okay. So now we are back to what you've been waiting for, the statewide Officer of the Year. And this one's going to be a little different because your statewide Officer of the Year is once again to Special Agent Matt Foster and Senior Corporal David Smothers. Y'all are the officers, statewide Officers of the Year.
You may seem like it. Good luck. Name.
We're going to give him first.
The luck. Very soon what?
He's been getting us looking over here from this. Yeah.
Good.
Speeches, man? Yeah?
Good.
You good? Okay. Okay. Let's give him another round of applause. in closing, I just want to say it's an honor to work with law enforcement each and every day. I'm here to help, and I can't know what I can assist you with unless you tell me. And so please stay in communication with my office, with me, with folks on my staff. Most of you have my cell phone. I'll give it to you again, 501-837-5190. No one's writing it down, so I assume you have it. 501-837-5190. Just let me know how I can help you. I want to help you so that you can help our communities. I'll do everything in my power to support you. Thank you all for being here. This means a lot to all of us, particularly the awardees and the families, and a special thanks to the families of the fallen. God bless you, and if I can ever be of assistance, let me know. Thank you all so much. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year.